I was like, are we on? Hold on. I was like, yes, not just me.
All right. I think we're streaming now. I think we're on live now.
It
Hold on.
says live stream, so
Okay.
okay.
We're getting there, folks.
All right.
All right. So now I'm gonna have my Facebook one over here so we can see it. All right. So hello, everybody. Meeting is now streaming live. So I think for both of us, we can see it's live. We're a little technically challenged. Anything that doesn't include reading a chart,
Right.
get a little challenge.
Got the priority straight.
So I want to welcome you, DeAndre, recent graduate of the Ninja Foundations, to our live interview in our Art of Options Mastery. Spit that out, say it. I don't know what accent that was. But so we just want to hear from you. As a recent grad, tell us a little bit about your journey, like where you started, and like before you came here, did you even know what a candle was? Just tell us a little bit about before you even got to me, how it was for you out there.
I did know what a candlestick was. I was familiar with the process, and as I was going through my checklist of which one did I want to trade, forex or stocks or options. So I came to the conclusion that options would be the best option. So I was familiar with it, but I hadn't made a trade. I didn't know how to make a trade. I didn't. Okay. I didn't have an account with any broker or anything like that, but I had took a couple little free courses just to get familiarized with it before I jumped in. That's about it. No more than that.
How long were you out there looking around for service or looking for someone to partner with?
I was looking out there for a few months.
Okay. So not long.
No, not long, but a few months. And like you said, you don't advertise.
Nope.
So when I was looking for you prior, I didn't find anyone who was doing options other than the individuals that wanted to sell you their service and not teach you how to trade, but just do the service deal. And that's not what I wanted. And finally, I stumbled upon you and did my due diligence for a while. I'm like, I think this is it right here. I think this is my tribe right here.
That's exactly, what happens is, and I haven't been advertising for a long time, and it's just because those people who were supposed to find me.
Right.
Right. And so, but there are others around me going, you really ought to advertise because more people need you and they can't find you. And I'm like, okay, so I'm loosening my grip on that. I'm starting to go, well, maybe I'm willing to, do something so that, and we're probably going to do like something. I'm not sure what, but we'll do something so that at least people can, see that I'm an option out here for them. Because I think part of the problem is there's no other option. And for me, I've always held it that, look, those who are meant to find me will find me. Because what we do, as you know, is pretty amazing and special in there. And it's not for everybody. And so those who are meant to be there will be there. For those who, when I'm singing my song, that is their jam.
You're like, what? What do I hear? That's what I heard.
Nice. So you came in, you knew a little bit because you've been searching around for a few months. Talk to us about once you got in and how it went for you over those 12 weeks.
It went great over the first 12 weeks. It started off like anything new. It was a learning curve, as you could imagine, as anyone listening could imagine. But it wasn't a long learning curve because it wasn't a lot to focus on at first. You give us the fundamentals, like just do this. And that really helped. I know you always, I heard you always say the wax on, wax off. And at first you're like, what does this have to do with that? But you like, trust the process. And when you trust the process, you get those aha moments like, and I have so many of those along the way. And I say after about my first 6 weeks, I was ready to start live trading, not by myself, but I was ready to go for never been doing a live trade, not even knowing how to read a chart or what an option chain. I knew what an option chain was, but I was afraid to even look at an option change until after my 4th week. I wouldn't even do it because I was afraid. And
Right. And what were you afraid of? It's just not knowing, not understanding.
Exactly.
What was it? Because
exactly.
there are a lot of people out there. They look at the options chain. If anyone out there, if you've looked at it, there are so many
Right.
options.
Right.
There
Exactly.
are hundreds and hundreds. And how do you know which ones to choose? How do you know what? It's not luck. You can just grab the cheapest one you can find. And no,
You
it's
wouldn't even know
not.
how to find the cheapest one, you know?
Right. I don't want you looking for the cheapest one.
Right.
That's exactly right. I want you looking for the one that's actually going to pay you.
Right.
Right. And it's
So-
not the cheapest ones. Right.
No,
that are
no,
way
no.
out of the money. Right.
Right.
And so, as you may have seen, did you find that there was let me ask you, instead of telling you, let me ask you, did you find that there was a lot of luck and smoking the Hopi dope?
No, or drinking the Hopi juice. No, that
Drinking
was
the Hopi juice?
No, we don't do that. And
No.
In retrospect, looking back, now that I've been off on my own for a few weeks now, and I'm a student of the game, so I try to learn as much as I can. So when I hear other folks' videos and things like that,
Mhm.
the biggest takeaway was how to predict with a high level of probability where the market is going to be. No one talks about that, and that right there is almost worth the price of admission by itself.
Right. That, and as one of my mastery people said, he's like, when we had a mindset session in mastery, and he goes, that one session was worth the price of admission, the
Right.
breakthroughs that he had. But yeah, being able to predict, there's no luck, there's no
Right.
guesswork, there's no gambling. There is before, and this is I hopped on earlier and showed my Visa trade, and I'm like, look, this is what I'm showing you before it ever happened, right? 9:35, 9:40. We're starting to set stuff up. We're not doing anything at the open.
Right.
Unless we're selling for something we held overnight, but we're coming in there and we're waiting, right? Let it choose a direction, let the ticker choose a direction, and then let's now 9:35, 9:40, let's now start setting up those fibs. Let's find those hidden levels, right?
Right.
And it's not like it's before it happens. So when it hits that level at like 10 o'clock, it's like you already knew that. Like, how many times did you see it over and over and over? Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it over and over. Right? Every single day.
Every single day. There's not
Every
a day
single
went
day.
by that I didn't see it that way.
Right. And then at some point you just have to go, okay, I believe it, I trust it. Because you still go through your own stuff in your head, your
Right.
own conversations, and
Right.
you see it enough over and over and over, and not just what I'm doing, right?
Right.
But you're doing it. Like, at what point do you feel like you finally got it? You got comfortable with those fibs?
Oh, comfortable with the fibs? Probably the 4th week or so. I got comfortable with, like you said, just trusting the process, because I watch you do it and hit it day in and day out, and everyone else do it, and I'm like, how do they do that? Because it just didn't make any sense until it did, and then it made perfect. Then it made perfect sense, and then you're able to duplicate that over and over again. I remember one of my first questions I saw. I think it was it might have been Cleo that came in there in the trading room, and they picked the exact same fib that you had picked. And I was like, how did you know out of all this noise and
Out of all the potential options,
to pick the exact same one that she picked? And then now that's just how you do it,
Right. Now you're just like, you'll come in and it's like, now people in there are like, oh yeah, that's the one I had.
Right.
Sometimes I'll go in. The other morning I went in really quickly and I'm like, all right, guys, watch this. And I drew like 12 fibs in like 5 minutes.
Right.
And then we rode one or two of them. We rode them, but they had their fibs the same. And I said, this is how fast you're going to be able to do it. Watch this.
Right.
Okay, now. And everybody who comes in, it's like, now you're doing your fib, right? And it's the same ones that I would have chosen.
Right.
It's like perfect. And sometimes there's where you choose one that's a little further out and then we look for a tighter move. But that's beginning, right? And so at some point you've seen it enough, like, when you know what to look for, you know what to look for. The problem is people don't know what to look for.
Right.
So when you saw Cleo come in and have the same exact fibs, how is it that she has the same fibs that you had? Y'all hadn't talked about it. She just came, did them. And it's because she knew what to look for. Right. And the same thing for you now. You know what to look for.
Indeed.
And you've had your lessons, and you're still going to have some lessons and growing, and as you become a master trader, when you're consistently hitting $1,000 a day, 2,000, whatever your big target is, but you're on your way there. So talk to us about your biggest success so far in the room when you were in there with us. What happened?
The biggest success day was the day before graduation. It was a Friday, and graduation was Monday, and I took 2 trades and I made $1,000.
Yes.
After the fees, it was $1,040 for the day, and I didn't know what to feel. I felt
I'm like, how did that feel? That must have been like you're coming down to the wire, right?
I felt the relief. I felt satisfaction. I felt that everything that I thought about, from the thought process to actually implemented to actually doing it, it worked, and it worked within the 12 weeks. I was blown away. I said, oh yeah.
Usually we save it for mastery, right? Where the people are now, we're getting you to $1,000 a day. The goal of foundation is getting you back 70% consistently, and not giving back that profit. Make the money and keep it. Yalit, hey, I see you over there on the other screen. Yalit say, yeah. 1K. But the goal is to get you being able to make money and keep it and not give it back. But you already went to the next level. You're just like, no, I'm gonna hit my $1,000. Right.
My goal, my daily goal was to do $100 first. But once you finally get it, you realize that you really have to work hard to only get $100.
You have to like make yourself not make money.
Right. When you get it, you were like, as you guys always say, you can sneeze and make $100.
You said,
which I did today with Apple. I took a bite of the apple.
Yeah.
Pun intended, for 21 cents, 5 contracts.
Right, but there's nothing wrong with taking $100, right?
No.
If you saw a $100 bill on the ground, you're walking down the street, you saw $100, you're gonna look down and go, I think I'll wait for 1,000, I'll leave it. No, you're gonna take it.
Right.
Take the money and run. We don't care, but you sneeze, right? You sneeze, and, oh, there's $100 right there.
Right, exactly. So that was the day that it was a good day. That was a good day, because I didn't expect that. And then after I went from 100, I thought, okay, I can do 250. But like you always say, it's just your mindset.
Right. The number itself doesn't matter. It's not the number. It's what the number means to you, or what you made it mean. If you decided $1,000 a day is a lot of money and it's hard and you got to do all this work, well, then that's what's going to be true for you. Right. But if you understand in the market's $1,000, $100,000, $1 million, it's a drop in the bucket, in the Niagara Falls that are the market. Right? So you come in and grab $100. No, if everybody in the room grabbed $1,000, they still wouldn't even know we're there.
Right. It was just, that was a beautiful day. That was a beautiful day. I felt
how getting there now just busted your limiting belief about $100.
Right.
It's like, oh, all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, now I can easily make $100. Right. Even if you just do it and you just go, you know what, I am going to make 250, 500, whatever. You're going to make an amount that for you is just like sneezing. Like I say to you guys, like choose something that you can just blink your eyes and you'll make it. So, and you build it, right? You start building your confidence as a trader, because you build your competence with me, where you practice over and over. Repetition is the mother of skill, right? Yes. What we do never changes. It's pure strategy. It's a strategy. Never changes. What changes is the direction, and it doesn't matter if we're going long or short, right? Have you been taking advantage of some puts?
Yes, you have to now in this market. You kind of have to,
right?
And
one of my mastery people said, she was like, "Oh, I heard that we're entering a bear market and people are freaking out." And she's like, "You know what? My first thought was puts." I'm like, yes.
Right. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And you said that from day one. It doesn't matter if the market goes up. It doesn't matter if the market goes down.
Nope.
If the trade, the setup, the strategy, the ninja, all capital letters works the same way.
all you have to do is look at it and see which direction. Are we going calls? Are we going puts? You don't need anything fancy. It's very simple.
Right.
There is mastery and simplicity, I've heard it said, right? It's just so powerful that it's simple and it's easy. And
Right.
you remember the times where, like, I won't say you, but other people would make it a little hard.
Yeah, yeah. Don't say me, but I'll say me. Yeah.
Like, try to just make it like it's almost too easy. It's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, wait a minute. No. What about this? What about this? What? I'm like, just let it be easy. Go in
Let it
there.
be easy.
Take
I
the
still have
map,
that written right here. Let it be easy. That's what it
just
is.
let
Let
it
it
be
be
easy.
easy. It doesn't have to
Right?
be difficult.
Go grab your 100,000, 2,000, whatever the number is, grab it. You know what to look for. You know
Right.
when to grab it. You know, how about timing your entries? How powerful is that?
It's the golden nugget. It's extremely powerful. That's why I was able to
That's
just look at it and
exactly
say,
right.
oh, it's time right now. The entry is here. Let me
It's
grab it.
time.
It took
It's
5
time.
minutes to do that because I got it right. I timed it, the timer was great. So it took 5 minutes to get 100.
Right. Instead of getting in something at the wrong time, because like there are people out there, they have no idea what the hell they're doing. And they just jump in, they're gambling basically. And they don't call it that, but call it what it is, gambling, not good or bad. But they
Right.
take a guess and then they hope, right? Drinking the hopey juice.
Mhm.
Man, I hope that sucker goes. They get in and it turns around. And first of all, they didn't know there was a hidden fib level there, probably, or some resistance there.
Right.
Then they get in and it turns around. It's like they didn't understand to time your entry, because you're going to make or break that trade on your entry. And so if you
Right.
don't know when to get in, right? Like when we set our alerts in the summertime, it's slower. So maybe
Right.
that alert doesn't go off until 11:37 or something.
Right.
When that
Exactly.
alert goes off and it's ready, you look at it, the alert goes off, you look at your chart, is it ready? How do you know? You ask those 5 questions. We're not going to tell you guys those 5 questions.
Right.
That's the
Right.
magic sauce that's
Right.
reserved for the ninja peeps in the
Right.
room. But
Right.
when
That's
you
the
look at
magic
it, it's the
sauce.
same questions and you ask those questions. And when all 5 of them are yes, that is green light go. If
Right.
any one of those 5 is not 100% yes, it's not time, right?
Mhm.
And so how valuable is that for you now to be able to time your entry with such accuracy, nearly 100%, right? It doesn't work all the time, but
Yeah,
99 plus
it's
99.9% of the time.
basically, yeah, it's invaluable. It's something I can take with me. I'm going to take with me as long as the markets are open, which I don't see them not being open in the foreseeable future.
Beautiful. As long as the markets are open, right? It's a skill you now have. Nobody can ever take it from you. You're going to have it for the rest of your life. And you notice it never changes, right? It's a very powerful skill set. We do advanced level, like in the swing, or when we get to the mastery, a lot of mastery is mindset. And like, if you want to double your account this month, okay, let's double that account. And then we put you in the right frame of mind. That's what that is. But in the swings, that's an advanced level, reading the charts to hold something longer term based on what the chart is showing you on the daily versus the intraday. Like us, we're going on that 5 minute. We don't care about the daily. We don't care. We care about it for the resistance levels, but we want to look at that chart and we want to get in, get out, take that money and run like heck. Right? So really beautifully done. Right. So what was your batting average on your graduation?
It was, I think, Cleo, it was 77, 76%. And that was including all the practice beginning trades as well.
Nice. So if you just took your live trades, I'm sure it's going to be a lot higher, but
Right.
Really well done. I mean, our biggest goal in foundations is to get you batting at least 70%, right? And then because you're going to have losses, right? You are. That's just anybody tells you you're not ever going to lose. I've lost on Caterpillar and it's dead to me, dead to me. It was about a month ago. I don't remember what.
CVX, but I'm not gonna mention that.
Oh no, at least I did make money. I won on both CVX trades, but they took an hour to get there. And I'm like, oh my God, that was so grueling. It took me a whole hour to reach my target. I'm like, no, we're not doing that again.
Right.
If we're gonna do it like Visa yesterday, we know it's gonna be a day trade. So we're not. But somebody, I think Kevin brought up, he said, can we look at Caterpillar this morning in the room? And I'm like, no.
I have some other good news.
Oh yeah, tell me.
I actually doubled my account.
Yes, yes,
Right.
yes.
Of course, that $1,000 day had a lot to do with it, but
Nice.
I doubled my account.
Congratulations. Yeah, I get really excited about this stuff because that's what I'm talking about, right?
Right.
Because are you, make sure you check in. I think yeah, you still have time. We have now, are you in the summer challenge?
I just came back from vacation, so I have to do that.
Check the summer challenge because the challenge is very simple. Double your account between now and the end of August. And whoever has the highest percentage that's
Yes.
double their account, we're giving them a full scholarship to the swings.
Yeah, I want that.
Top prize. I know you do. And if the people, if they've already done the swings, then we'll take that money off their mastery level program. But yeah, and there's some other cool prizes, time in the room and all that, but that's pretty huge. So yeah, I would make sure. I think you have until the 15th. Cleo will let me know or Yali would let me know. DeAndre, you're killing it. Yali, I just saw what Yali said in the chat.
Thank you, Yali.
But so make sure you get all you have to do is fund the account or show us the beginning of your account, screenshot it, send it to Cleo so we know you're in there, and get you on there, and you're going to double that account at least. Man, I am so proud of you. I'm so proud. I'm so excited. I know that this is just the beginning for you. And I know that, even if whatever happens when you win or whatever, I'll see you in mastery. I'll see you in the next level. Because there's a legacy that you are here to leave, my friend. Yes. And it's not just about trading. Trading's just one of the ways you're going to help finance that legacy.
True.
So it's been totally my honor to serve you in this way, and I'm really just so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And anything you would say to people who say, "Oh my God, 10K, that's a lot of money to get in that room." What would you say to those people?
If you really want to learn how to trade, because the 10K is to teach you, but then you can make 10K times 10
times 100, right?
Right, times 100 with the knowledge you're going to learn from this. And one thing that I really enjoy is, like you always say, you it's not just to teach you how your wonderful ninja strategy, and how to trade, but how to manage the space in between your ears.
That's right. And how to manage your mindset. Yep.
You don't know until you figure out you don't know that that's a thing, because you don't even know that the mindset's involved. You figure, oh yeah, I can do this, no problem. But when you hit that wall and you don't realize what's going on, and then you have you and the coaches to point that out to you, and you're like, oh, I didn't even realize that I had that blockage going on. And that's a huge difference. So if you really want to know how to trade, learn how to trade from a trading masters, then don't hesitate. All you have to do is have the desire and be coachable.
Yes, thank you for that. You must, because you've been incredibly coachable, right?
Ms.
And
Jordan doesn't play that.
Yeah, I don't play that. Homie don't play that. Like, if you are closed, you are not open, you won't even make it in the room. You won't make it past anything if you're not absolutely 100% committed and open and coachable, because we know what we're doing. And we want to show you and we want to teach you. And if you're not coachable or teachable, then there's nothing we can do. We can't help you. Right? We can't. It has to do with managing that mindset. Like any great athlete has a coach. And one of the things a coach is not just a strategy for them, but managing that space between their ears. A lot of people talk about the psychology of trading. Most of them don't know what the hell they're talking about. Right. And they don't even if they have an idea, they don't know how to coach it. Right. I am a master trader and trainer. I'm a transformational trainer first and foremost. I have been for over 30 years. So I know how to help you with those little mindset hacks. Right. And so thank you for bringing that up, because that is absolutely imperative. It's so key to be able to get your head in the game. Right. To know what you're doing. Like your focus, being able to focus, being disciplined, being patient, letting the trade come to you. Right. There's no, when I'm trading and you're in the room with me, am I like, trying to like get in there and hurry and do stuff? Or when I'm in a trade, what have you noticed happens when you see me trading?
You're freakishly calm. You're like, all this money's at stake, but she's just like, whatever. And then
I
day
love it.
after day after day, you just, but it rubs off. That's how we are now. That's how I am now. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay. You trust
Yes,
the
we
training.
become the AI. Were you in there the other day? Now, I don't know if you were there when we were playing that music. Higher. We were playing Eminem Higher.
Oh, that was you and Brooke.
Okay.
That was you and
we
Brooke.
we were doing it in the room.
Oh, really? Okay.
We were all trading something, and I think it was Nike or something, and we had the
Okay.
music going, and we.
Okay.
But before that, we were the AI. We were the artificial intelligence. We came in, we set it up, we set up the trades, we were totally focused, and then I think it was bibbling a little, right? That's Cat's word, bibbling. It was bibbling, and so I put some music on, and we just raised the frequency.
Right.
That was awesome to watch. But yeah, Brooke and I did that. She came here to my house one day and we were doing it. But there's some people, it's hard to explain that, but in our room, in our ninja world, the frequency is off the charts. We just operate on a whole different level. Would you say, DeAndre?
I would
like
say.
Abundance is just the way that it is. There's just, yeah, we're not playing small. We don't have tiny mindsets. We're not, we're just like open possibility, open, coachable. There is no limit, right? And whatever you believe, you're right. So if you want to hold on to beliefs that don't serve you, which, by the way, have nothing to do with trading.
True.
If you want to hold on to beliefs that don't serve you, then hold on to them, but you're not going to make any money. Now, if you want to put those aside, you can always pick them up later, put them aside and come in. And as DeAndre said, be coachable and look at what you can create in 12 weeks. 12 weeks is not a lot of time. It's a semester. It's like you're getting an Ivy League education in one semester, right? For only 10K. I mean, it's ridiculous. Right? It's absolutely ridiculous how amazing it is. So any last words you want to say to folks? Anything, people who are like, oh, it's a lot, either I can't get the money or I'm on the fence, or anything, any last words of wisdom you want to say to folks?
Yeah, like you said, the money is just your mindset about the money.
Yep.
Some people say, is the mind is $10,000. Yeah, but what do you get? What is the return on investment with that $10,000?
Right. That's exactly it. What is your return on your investment? A lot of people want to come out and learn for free, right? They'll do what I did it way back. We go on YouTube and we look for videos, and then you like, man, everybody's got a different way of doing stuff, and nobody seems to have actually any kind of way. And I actually went through like 4 different services myself and realized they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're all gambling. And I'm going, what is going on here? And some of the people have gone through some of those services, and they're just like, here's one more person out there going, okay, well, I have the golden key. Right. And as one of my guys, I don't know if you've met Jamar yet. Jamar had said, you know what, DH taught us the markets are like an ATM, and she gave us the pin. And I did. But the key is there's a daily limit. You can't be greedy. Like your frequency that you operate from, meaning the mindset, the frame that you come from, has everything to do with how you trade, how you behave, because of what you think will determine what you do. And if you're in any kind of emotional, what am I thinking of? Revenging trading, the market, you lost some money, and then you go back in and you're revenge trading, or you're emotional trading, or you're, anything, you're going to lose money. It's like, but you need to know how to focus and keep your focus, keep your attention when you're trading, and you'll see it rub off in other areas of your life, right?
And
it just sort of works like that.
And back to the question that you asked, for anybody looking at this is the stuff that you get every day in the training rooms.
Yes,
you get absolutely. You get this breakdown, this type of breakdown, this type of insight every day in the room, in your training room. You get access.
But wait, I didn't come out here and go, I made $5 million 5 years ago. Let me show you how I did it 5 years ago. And good luck.
No. What you're doing now.
Well, let me show you how I do it every single day, right?
Right. What you're doing right now with me is what you do every day in the class. So this right there will let you know, anyone on the fence, like, it's not just do what I say, it's intellectual mindset breakdown of everything you're doing.
Interactive. What if you have a question and you're not getting it? What happens in the room?
You just keep asking, and she's just going to keep repeating it over and over until you get it.
But you get on the mic, right? Because there are people in services out there that they can't even ask a question. You get on the mic. It doesn't matter that we're live. It's most important that we're live. Get on the mic, ask your question, and let's answer it. Now, sometimes I'll answer the question. Sometimes you don't like the answer.
Right.
And you ask it a different way, right? There are some of you out there, we won't name anyone, Brooke, who doesn't like, you don't like the answer, and you ask me a different way. And I'll answer the same. The answer is going to be the same. And you'll ask me, let me try it this way. It's like, okay, you get it? The answer is not going to be what you want it to be. It's going to be what that chart says. Right? Because we trade what we see, not what we think. We look at the chart. We got JP Morgan is up right now. Look at that. It hit symmetry. But we trade what we see. The chart is saying, matter of fact, let me just share this real quick because this is awesome. Speaking of Brooke, I know she's in this. Hopefully she held it right. Look at that run. Right to symmetry on the nose. Look at a penny off. I have 114.73. It went to 114.74. We did that this morning in the room. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Like, this is, we draw the levels before they ever happen. And we know with a 99.9% accuracy, the probability of where that sucker is going to go before it goes there.
Right. That's huge. That's huge.
Information beforehand is huge. Knowing when to enter and when to take the money and run. Like right now, if you're in that, get out, take the money and run. Well, I can't tell you legally what to do. I would get out. I would take the money and run like heck.
Right.
Yeah. All right. DeAndre, this is too much fun.
I agree. But everybody, this is what you get every day. So get off the fence, make the investment, go see Miss Dorothy
over here.
Go see Miss Dorothy and have a ball and learn more than you ever
and make a crap load of money.
Yeah, that was the watered down version. Yes, make a crap load of money.
But at least now you can, right? If you choose to go in the market, you will. If you choose not to, you won't. It's up to you.
Right.
It's up to you. But the key is now what to look for with such accuracy. It's ridiculous.
It is
ridiculous, right? To be able to have this skill, like your financial future is really in your hands now. Because you have a way that no matter what's going on in the world, long as we have internet, like you can go anywhere in the world. Like me, I'm over in the UK right now. You go anywhere in the world you want, as long as you have reliable, high-speed internet, you're good to go. Yes. Right? You can go to the beach, you can go to the Maldives, you can go to wherever, Turkey, Sam, he said he was going over to Turkey. Go wherever you want to go. And as long as you have internet, you can get on there, you could trade.
Right. That's freedom.
Freedom. Yes. That's exactly what it is. And, for those folks out there who are like, tied to their job and they don't know if there's even ever going to be a way, this is just one way. It's not the only way. It's one of the most powerful ways that I know of.
A great
to
way.
Really be able to look at the market and understand not just trading, but your mindset, really, to be able to get a hold of that space between your ears. And it's not just about trading. Once you get that, it's about transforming your life, transforming your thinking, right? So that you can come from abundance, you can come from possibility, what you can have. It's not what you can't, not why you can't, it's how can I, what can I? Let's take a look. And the beauty is we do have that. Hold on, your ass better be alarm is going off. I have several of those throughout the day. I was saying earlier, I never wake up. I don't have an alarm to wake up. I go to sleep when I go to sleep. I wake up when I'm done. But throughout the day, I have your ass better be alarms. Your ass better be getting ready for the ninja room. Your ass better be.
Right.
So that alarm just went off. But anyway, so we're going to wrap it up. But anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. Really, thank you. Because this is why I do what I do. It's like I could just trade myself.
Right.
And I make a lot more money actually when I'm trading by myself, when I'm on vacation.
Right.
But it's amazing for me to be able to see you come in and, knowing what options were out there. I mean, I'm grateful that you chose me and knowing, that you found me and that knowing that you could have gone anywhere. It's like, you know what? No, this is it. This is where I need to go. And to be right about that, to come out on the other side going, yep. Right. That's exactly where I needed to go. I've yet to have anyone come out saying, oh, that was a waste of my time and energy and life. And never, not once. you know, because you come out of there and but you're still a part of the family. Right now, you're part of the Ninja alumni. And
True.
so you're always going to be a part of the Ninja family. You know, it's not like now you're done. There's the free group where you belong now. Everybody who graduates goes into the alumni group. We
Right.
do a once a month training over there. This month, we're going to be, we're opening up the room for all the alumni to come in.
Right.
Tomorrow, actually, I think tomorrow's training is, this month's training is tomorrow.
Okay.
So you'll be able to come in. You'll be able to come in the room tomorrow. And then I'm doing a special training for the alumni right after at 10:30 Eastern time.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Eastern, you know what time we're on sometimes.
Right.
Eastern stuff.
Okay. I'm Central. That's why I was like, oh, I thought it was one more hour, but no. Okay.
That's all right. That's all right. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up and say, DeAndre, thank you, my friend. It's been an honor to serve you. And I'm looking forward to having you as part of the family forever. And big love to you, my friend. I'll see you on the alumni side and or in the mastery level soon. That's
You
coming
will.
up soon. All right. Big
All
love,
right.
my friend.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.